Good afternoon, good people. This is the Bottom of the Bottom podcast. This is our Wednesday Humpday happy hour edition of the Bottom of the Bottom podcast. We in here with my co-host Carolina Dirt. How you doing?
Hey, nothing. Chilling on this Wednesday. Now we about to get it popping on these drinks and on this podcast going live.
I know that's right. So looking very uncomfortable on the bottom. We got C. Niels in the building. C. Niels is another one of our family we just been knowing each other a super long time. We've been through a lot of stuff, and we just invited her out to join the conversation. This is three friends at the bar. You feel me? And this is the conversation we would have.
And you can tell her camera look good. Her shit clear.
Yeah,
her shit look dusty.
I don't even know what that is. I can see the picture on the wall behind her, and I want to be in that water.
You ain't lying. That must be that 8K. It's that 8K camera.
That is our trip to Cabo that I am doing well. This is a picture from Cabo that I put up because during the pandemic, I wanted to go somewhere and couldn't. So I had to put up these pictures so that I could feel like I went somewhere.
This is the same paint that was on the wall that was still there that we didn't put up.
You have to get creative in a pandemic. You can't just look at the wall. You have to pretend like you're going somewhere.
You know what? You make a fine point, and we're going to get into that in a minute. We start the show out with a little segment that we developed called First Call. Don't worry, it's 5 simple questions that kind of either or answers and let people know something about you without letting them know too much about you. You feel me? All right. So we just had a moment just now, so I kind of can switch this up, but I'm going to go with it anyway as is. Your first question, would you rather have a whiskey sour or a cosmopolitan?
A cosmopolitan.
I knew she was going to say that. You can tell by the clarity of her camera.
I mean, some women, there's some whiskey women out there. There's some Scotch women out there. I don't know how they do that, though.
Now, I drink whiskey, too, but you asked me which one I prefer.
Okay. So, cosmopolitan. Offense or defense?
I'm defensive, so I'm going to say defense.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Convertible or 4x4?
Because now my hair is locked, I will do a convertible because I don't care about my hair blowing in the wind anymore.
Okay, that's what's up. Put a lot of thought into that. Yourself, you go into an event, you know most of the crowd there. Are you low key or you the life of the party?
I start low key, depending on how close I get to the bottom of the bottle. I can turn up.
I like that. Little name drop there. I appreciate that. Last one is just some personal, we always be about the music. So 112's music or Drew Hill's music?
Ooh, 112.
Musically, yeah. You want to ask the better singing group? I say Drew Hill. But who I want to kick it to? Who I want to kick it with? I'm sitting around with the people. I'd rather listen to 112.
Yeah, 112, you go through all of the emotions. You can fall in love, you can dance, you can do some other things to 112. So that's my pick.
Okay. So yeah. You could be a little. Never mind. We won't go there. Carolina Dirt. It's up to you, cuz. You got a first call.
Yeah, first call. So we're gonna do honey buns or donuts.
Ooh, donuts.
Same thing.
You said donuts?
Donuts.
All right. Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
Dunkin' Donuts.
On everything? Like the whole menu? Or
say it again.
I don't drink coffee. So if I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I'm going to get a donut.
Okay. So high heels in a dress or high heels in jeans?
That's a tough one. It really depends on where I'm going. But I will say pandemic crystal, high heels and jeans.
You said heels and jeans?
Yep.
Can you run in them things, guys? You brought the pandemic up, so you must be anticipating something crazy.
I didn't have a choice. I'd rather have on high heels and jeans if I have to escape the apocalypse. I need to have on pants for that.
I can dig. Because
So
some women can't walk in heels, period.
Yeah.
So I know they can't run. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It might be the quality of the heel too. But you gonna go laying down on the couch or laying down in a recliner?
Ooh, the couch.
All right. Last one. Friday night. Well, Friday night with the husband or Friday night with the kids?
She's like, can I get another choice?
Right? Like both of those sound too similar. I'm gonna say Friday night with the husband. And I say that, y'all, I'm honestly, Friday nights, I'm tired. Like on both fronts. So I want a different choice. But Friday night with the husband.
All right, we'll say it like this. Are you gonna pour you a drink or pour you several shots?
He'll pour me a drink.
All right. Well, that's first call.
That's first call. Cause I'm taking it light tonight. I'm just gonna have a little brew, man. These last couple of shows, I had to wake up and do work for people. That is difficult. I'll be back on my regular scheduled program on the next one.
You hear that horse? He got it.
Oh, man, leave my dog alone, cause he's just chilling. So you brought up I brought up the picture of Cabo. Is that like a real picture or is that just a picture of Cabo? Is that a picture you took?
No, it's a real picture. Yeah, I took it on my iPhone.
Yeah, that's a good camera.
Okay, that's what's up.
That should look clear.
So in your mind, that's your happy place.
It's one of them. Yes. Anytime I'm on vacation, I'm happy.
Okay, so what's 2 and 3?
Of top vacations I've ever been on?
Just either you've been there or you can't wait to go there.
Okay, so I've been there. I would say I love going to Mexico only because all inclusive. I love drinking as much as I want. I love eating as much as I want. And if I can go get some water in between that, I love it. I love being on the beach. Somewhere that I want to go that I haven't been before. Actually, I'm trying to get to Hawaii. I've been trying to get there now for 2 years, but COVID won't let me live my best life.
COVID is back out here like, oh, y'all forgot about me? They think they got me. So I'm going to go home and work out, and I'll be right back. I'm going to show them. That's what I feel about COVID right now.
I literally just told someone today that COVID has been renewed for another season. And I don't like it. I'm trying to cancel my subscription and it keeps coming back.
That's a good one.
Oh, man.
That's a good analogy.
That's a damn good analogy. I feel you. I just always flash back to like when it started. I remember Fauci coming to the thing and it looked like he had been through the ringer. Like they was just like, you have to have the answers. And they kept asking him the same question. You ever had somebody do that? Drive you crazy. And he just said, yeah, this could last as long as. And his first number was 2024.
Yeah.
I just
and we're
remember
stupid
that.
Americans, so we didn't believe that. We think we can accomplish anything in 3 months.
Well,
I believed it.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was literally just talking to someone about this. When I first heard about COVID, it was in November 19. And I watched the news coverage and I thought to myself, wow, that's unfortunate. I'm glad I live in America.
Oh man, you sound like them other people.
I know. I feel bad. I've been colonized. I don't understand. I don't know why. But I really I was of the mindset we can accomplish anything. Like this won't be something that we have to worry about. And boy, were we wrong.
Yeah, well, America is also driven by money, unlike other countries. So we got to work. We got to pay bills. You know, you got to pay health. And, you know, a lot of people think about just going to the hospital period about that health care bill. So it's the fact
there's a whole bunch of other countries that don't really have to worry about whether or not you can walk into a hospital.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people in America were just like, well, shit, I ain't. At first they're like, I ain't going because I don't want to pay that. I don't want to pay that copay. Like that copay.
That's America, and that's real.
Yeah, they don't want to pay that copay.
I could go to y'all, and y'all probably could fix this shit, but my Netflix subscription due tomorrow. Cause You know?
Not only that, shit. I got to put gas in the car to get to the hospital. I got to pay this copay. I got to
all
get me
stupid
something
reasons for you to put yourself at risk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, the club's still
But
open.
the struggle is real, though. Like, the struggle is real. People have to make decisions between what it is that they can actually afford to do. And unfortunately, medical care is not at the top of people's list.
Unfortunately. Because it's natural to think you always got tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's the natural, I don't know what part of the psyche or emotion that is, but it's always like I could do it tomorrow. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's being invincible, as they say.
Like going
Well, I
back to
was
the
laughing.
beginning.
I watched the interview that you guys did a few weeks ago with the two women who were talking about lupus, and I really laughed when you guys were talking about just take some tussin. I think we think that cures everything. So when you think about it, like if I can just have some tussin against COVID, maybe that'll work for me too.
Yeah.
I think tussin is just different. Tussin is, I really believe in the holistic part of it. Like I believe it is garlic and turmeric and fresh vegetables and hot beverages. Like I really believe there is something to that. You feel me? God's experiment, I feel like it's not done yet. You know what I'm saying? I think this thing's got to run its course. But I just remember at the beginning, like, first off, as Americans, we've been winning a lot. You know what I'm saying? You got to think, like, we are not as old as far as I'm going to go back. From what you would think this country was in 1950 to what this country is in 2021. America has been winning nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can win all the time. And that's why I knew that this shit was not some fly-by-night shit. So around the same time that you said, in November, I would say it was either October or November when they first started talking about it. And they was like, Wuhan, China. They got a problem over there, but it's over there. Fuck them dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how the news went. Like they got that shit. It's fucked up, but we're all right. And I was just like, there are business people and just rich ass people that travel back and forth to China every day or twice a week. I was like, that shit is here. Like immediately when they said it was in a farm 3,000 miles away from civilization, I was like, yeah, nah.
I think it ended up in the state of Washington first.
I knew somebody was going to drag that shit back here. You feel me? So
you were smart. That's not how my brain works. And I don't know why, because everything you're saying sounds so logical. But in my like programmed mind, I thought, ooh, that's really bad. But I live in America with people like Dr. Fauci, we'll be fine. That was my thought. I didn't think anything about it. And honestly, like even when the world started to shut down, I thought to myself, in 3 weeks, we'll be back to normal. We're going to fix it.
Right.
Like every single movie that you watch about zombies or the apocalypse or what have you, those were movies. Like I just knew in real life we'd be able to fix it.
I'm coming off of watching like 10 seasons of The Walking Dead. I really truly believe The Matrix was like a rewritten Bible. Like I come from that train of thought. You know what I'm saying? I don't want everybody to think that I'm crazy, but I don't think like a lot of people. You feel me? I feel like art imitates life, imitating art. I don't think zombies is gonna be a thing. You know what I'm saying? But we don't need zombies. We got crazy ass people that just pull guns on people and beat up Asian people and beat up women because they don't want to be spoken to, and we don't need zombies.
Well, I don't know. They thought we had it with the bath salt. Everybody saw the zombies come with the bath salt thing.
Nah, son.
That bath salt had people going around eating people.
The internet is turning us all into zombies. You feel me? And
ooh,
I gotta try to You know what I'm saying? I got to try to reprogram myself. Like, so I normally wouldn't tell people, but like when we had the other president, when we had that other guy, the last guy, you know what I'm saying? I was going down the rabbit hole with this motherfucker because like every article I needed to read it, I needed to be like, is he this gone? Is he this gone in his head? You know what I'm saying? Like he was like a movie villain. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
You can only be that way by people who encourage you and who also fall into the false realities. So I think the problem is he started it, but the onlookers and the yes men and everybody around it, people with any semblance of rationale thought, were standing back thinking, is this for real? And that's why the rabbit hole starts, because you have to read more and you have to learn more. Just a question, is this for real? No, it's not, but he says it is. So that's what everyone keeps telling me to do.
He didn't have a real circle around it because he was firing everybody. So people were just like, well, I ain't about to get fired. I mean, for real, like people weren't.
But you start saying yes when you need your job, and to the point we were talking about a little while ago, they need their medical benefits. So they started saying yes.
Well, they weren't saying yes. They just weren't saying no. They weren't saying, man, you know, you sound like a dumbass right now. You going to drink bleach. Now, come on now, or whatever you said, drink Clorox.
Just inject it. Just inject it.
Like, does that logically make sense for you to be running this country? Logically. Like, that's something your kids are saying. Hey, guess what? I got a new way of killing ourselves. We're going to drink this and inject ourselves with this. I saw it on the Flintstone.
I don't know about preparation. I don't get into those kinds of conspiracies. I just look at people for who they are. And he was a psycho. He was a psycho before he was president. He's a psycho while he was president. He is probably suffering from Alzheimer's, and they just didn't. They was like, we can blame everything on him. Just let him go. Well, we can do what we want to.
I think we had found ourselves as people where we were so focused on wanting to maintain sameness. Obama shook it up too much. And a lot of people didn't like that. Then the next candidate you're trying to give us is a woman. Are you crazy? Like, you know, like this is the thought.
Like, we already lost one.
Who are not right. We can't actually. This would have been the third one. Obama had 2 terms.
True.
We're not gonna lose 3 times. We want things to be back the same. We want everything to be back to normal, as they would call it. And that's the evolution of how that came to be. People didn't like all of the progression. And what's unfortunate for some, we're going to have to continue to work hard to get to that next point where we can continue to push progression, because we are not the same people that we were to the point that you made earlier. Like, this is many moons later where people have individual thoughts, unique thoughts. I have ideas. I feel like I should be able to accomplish whatever I want, whether I'm a woman, whether I'm Black, whatever. And the people who don't like that they're talking about injecting bleach because that's what the man says to do.
So you think because they already preaching education and they think we're not being educated as Black folk, and now they're realizing we're educated because we're saying no to common sense shit?
No, they knew.
No, I'm just saying like, you know, we preach education and it's proven there's a lack of education in the Black community. But as a whole, we are educated and we have common sense. Now, there's 2 different things of being educated, book sense, and having common sense. Common sense tell me if I sit around bleach too long, I'm going to pass out. So what make you think I'm going to put it inside my body?
I think we a majority because I think the monolithic way to look at it, like you would say Fox News would look at it, we are a majority. The majority of Black people are 51%. They middle class to, like, they choose to focus on hoods and they choose to focus on whatever Black on Black crime is, and they choose to say that this person is not smart. They are not as smart as this magnet school motherfucker because they don't have textbooks. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a last ditch effort for that old way of thinking.
I would agree with
You,
that.
you
Whatever
know what I'm
you can
saying?
do to bring up old stuff or make things seem like they're not changing or they're not progressing, that's where people get caught in. Because if you think about it, even you bringing up black on black crime, any research that you do will let you know that people who commit crimes usually do it to people that are within a certain mile radius of them. So if I live in an all white neighborhood, the likelihood of me killing someone who is white is probably 75%. Versus if I live in an all black neighborhood, if I live in an all Asian neighborhood, whatever it is. But like you're more likely to kill people that look like you because that's who's around you. So there is no such thing. We call it black on black crime, but if you really look at the statistics outside of racially charged hate crimes, look at who's killing who. And those people oftentimes look just like each other.
Well, yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
man. I think you gotta agree with it just off the strength of it's kind of right in front of you. You can look at any. You're not gonna go to a neighborhood where you're not welcome. You feel me? So yeah, it just makes sense that the person that you do harm to is probably gonna look like you. But I'm here to say we don't have to be like that, cuz we don't really. Zero times zero is zero, cuz like you robbing somebody that's in the same situation that you in, like they was up that day. That was not for you to take. You feel me?
Well, people selfish. They not looking at it that way. What do you always hear people say? My kids ain't gonna starve, so they don't care what they do to the next man, or I'm gonna find a way to eat today. They don't care how to the next man. They worry about what did you say? What did you say earlier? I do it tomorrow. I do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
we
gonna be
are.
whatever it take me to do to get to tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do.
I just think we vibrate higher. I think we need to focus on that majority. If we can grow the majority, because like we do leaps and bounds. Look at and you hate to. I didn't realize, and I say this every episode. Uh, which turn we was gonna take in the conversation, and I love it because I could go with it. Um, it's a matter of again the majority reducing the minority. You know what I'm saying? I think we're doing better. The same way I think that the internet is to blame for a lot of issues that's wrong with the world and with the country. I also think I also think it unlocks the potential for you to be greater than you may be. You can be greater than you think you can. You feel me? Your arms are longer. The internet makes sure that you can reach out and touch somebody. So your plan is really just to find out how to make your connection valuable. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of money to be made. I think there is financial freedom to gain. And I just think it's a good idea that we stick together just in case shit go bad. It's safety in numbers. You feel me?
People still selfish. The bottom line,
Yeah.
people still selfish. I mean, I know you always say you say the internet, but the internet is us because we post shit on the internet. So bottom line is the people. Because we're the ones posting onto the internet. Internet's not creating something. We're putting it on there for it to be seen.
Nah, the internet is alive. It's creating shit.
No, I'm saying, but we're putting it out there. We're loading it. The people as humans are loading it.
But they not all people. You know what I'm saying?
There's people loading it. If
That
you see
artificial intelligence.
Well, we loaded it. We started the internet. We loaded it. We're people. If people stop loading shit on the internet, that shit would decrease. I'm not saying it'll wipe out.
Yeah.
But the stupidity that's loaded would decrease.
It goes back to the picture on the wall. I guess our point for the day, or I'm going to say my point, everybody gets to say what their point for the day is based on the conversation we had. Find your happy place, man. You know what I'm saying? This pandemic has made us think in different ways. Some people have excelled and some people have not quite excelled. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be separated from people. And we're in a weird space where we can reach out and touch everybody, but you can still feel isolated. You know what I'm saying? So take this time to learn something that you didn't know that could be of value to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought for right now is let's take it in a positive way. We've been talking about a lot of kind of up and down dark stuff, not too much, but this is a chance for you to elevate and vibrate at a higher level and just be what you want to be. You got to take risks. Maybe you got to talk to somebody that you wouldn't before. You know what I'm saying? But we're in a place right now where growth is possible and at a high level. So that's my thought.
Well, speaking on that, talk about your nonprofit real quick. Miss Neil. C. Neal, your nonprofit?
Oh, so it's not my nonprofit. Are you talking about some of the nonprofits that I work with?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will say that during the pandemic, I actually had an opportunity to work with the Atlanta Women's Foundation to help raise money for low-income women and girls to try to break the cycle of poverty. And one of the things that I would say when we talk about our happy place, one of the things that makes me happy is being able to be, I guess, a blessing for other people. I grew up, you guys know me, but I grew up in a single parent household, and I feel fortunate that people invested into me. So I feel like now I've reached an opportunity in my life or a place in my life where I can do the same for other people. So I'm just so thankful for all the people that donated money to my campaign and helped me to raise that money for the other people that are trying to just break the cycles of poverty, like here in the Atlanta area. So it was really exciting to be a part of that project, but there's still so much work that needs to be done. I'm still involved. I've donated to other people's campaigns now that my time is up with that group, and I plan to do more in the future. So it's kind of something that I do to make me happy outside of my everyday 9 to 5 gig.
So let me ask you this.
Real quick, is there a social networking or website that you want to put out there for people that whoever may see this, they may know somebody in Atlanta that might need that kind of help?
Yeah, so the website is awf.org, or you can Google the Atlanta Women's Foundation and you can make a donation. Money that's raised for the organization actually goes, like I said, to support women and girls, but it's a plethora of things that you can contribute to. So we're helping women find jobs, raising money so that they can have clothing for job interviews, for childcare, for transportation, for housing. So you name it, really working to make sure that these women are able to get on their feet. Then once they're on their feet, continue to live without needing assistance. So it's pretty amazing. And again, so proud to be a part of that organization, raising money. If you're interested in making a donation, again, awf.org, Atlanta Women's Foundation, if you're trying to Google it.
So what do you find, how do you like working that? Is there frustrations for tips for other people that have nonprofits? The frustration part.
Frustration part. So, I mean, I have to take it back to the pandemic. I have to be honest. During the pandemic, fundraising was tough. I mean, it goes back to kind of what you said about that selfish piece too. You have to make a decision of, do I want to raise money or give my money away? Do I want to keep it and hoard it for myself because I don't know what the future is going to look like in the next few months because we're in a pandemic? I think a lot of nonprofits have been hit really hard by people making those difficult decisions. Something that used to be a tax write-off or that could easily be a tax write-off with people making donations now, if they've lost their job or if they have a family member that needs help, they may have to keep that money for themselves. Something else, traditional things that you've donated to in the past, for example, I've worked with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, the American Diabetes Association, this Atlanta Women's Foundation. What do you give your money to? Because everyone needs it. So am I donating money now to for hunger initiatives? Am I raising money for COVID relief? Am I raising money for medical care for people? It's a lot to try to choose from right now. So make a decision of where you want your money to go. And even if you're trying to divide your donation, if you think about back in the day, people may donate $100 and not think twice about it. Now they're only able to donate 25 because they're trying to split it between different initiatives. So it's just one of those things to be mindful of. Nonprofits still need to operate. They still have good that they're trying to do in the world. So if you have an opportunity to continue to give, please do, because those funds are definitely needed.
How do you feel about nonprofit in big cities and nonprofit in smaller locations? Like, I know you don't personally know, but is there something you've heard through the pipeline as far as things are the same, things are different, money is separated the same, money is separated different?
So, from my experience, I've actually had an opportunity to work in nonprofit in Chicago, Atlanta, and Charlotte. And based on the market, the goals are different. So, you're trying to serve a larger population. So, you're trying to work to raise additional funds to service that group. If you're working in Charlotte, of course, the numbers are a little bit smaller. So, your goals look a little bit different. The resources in the bigger cities are more so we might need 8 staff people to operate, whereas in Charlotte, you may only need 2 to operate. So it's more so identifying what your target demographic is, what your goals are, how can you best service your population, and then set it up from there to make sure that you're doing what's best for your area. So honestly, the smaller your location is, the less money you're probably going to be raising. But as long as you're making sure that those people are serviced well and getting the resources that they need, that may not matter.
Have you got that personal? Did you get that personal story that touched you and helped? Like, did somebody of that, or somebody that you, or
It's probably 1,000 stories and
well, I know there's 1,000 stories,
10,000 women.
but personally, like somebody that physically came in contact and told you how much you helped them.
So I will tell you, when I first got started in nonprofit, I worked for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and that is probably one of my most heart-wrenching experiences when you think about St. Jude as this organization that's working to basically on childhood diseases, trying to keep children alive who are faced with different types of cancers and other like hard to treat diseases. And we're raising money to make sure that the families don't have to pay for any of their medical bills. They can receive free treatments. So I had an opportunity to meet a family in Columbus, Georgia, whose daughter was suffering from cancer. I went out to dinner with the family. We worked to get them featured on one of our promotional flyers. And a few months later, I got a call that the child had passed away. And it broke my heart because you think, again, that was one of my first jobs out of college. So again, that whole stupid American thing, going back to like how I thought COVID would be solved in 3 weeks. But I just am of a positive mindset that I think, well, I'm doing all of this good work. I'm raising all of this money. She should be fine. She should be saved. And that wasn't the case. So that probably is one of the most heart-wrenching stories that I have as far as working in the nonprofit world, because everybody can't be saved by the work that you're doing. And that's pretty hard to deal with.
You got
a
good story?
To cry tonight, huh?
Yeah, you got a good story?
You still asking, huh? You
trying a good story. No, I want a good
He wants
like
a story with a happy ending.
Yeah, you got.
I don't need no tears in my beer, huh?
Well, to be honest, I don't. And I know that's awful, but like when you think about it, the places that I told you I worked for St. Jude and I worked for the American Diabetes Association. People still have diabetes. The numbers are increasing. So there's not a cure. I think when I think about the positive impact that I've made with these organizations, I would say that I think people are more aware and more knowledgeable about diabetes than they probably were in the past. I think people are making better health choices overall, which I think is a good thing, but the numbers are still staggering, which is, kind of disheartening. So with that, we need to go back to something happy.
I applaud your work, man. We need people to unfortunately endure those tough situations. You feel me? Like, in service of people, that should be the bare minimum for everybody. And I think that's the problem. You feel me? People forget that we are better together. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't think that I'm in the right neighborhood. But like my mama said, if I'm there, I'm where the fuck I'm supposed to be. That's what I'll have you say. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a direct quote?
Yeah. I need to, well, no, maybe not direct, but I'm where I'm supposed to be. You feel me? And I feel like it's a fine line. Like the energy that we need to express as the people that we are, it's always misinterpreted. You feel me? We never deserve to respond or react the way that we do. So, yeah, I applaud your work. I'm glad that you told us about the Atlanta Women's Foundation. Um, it's probably different in your. I'm speaking to the people that are watching. It's probably different in your area, but if you are in a position to help, you know what I'm saying? You never know what kind of good that'll do for your soul. So whether you volunteer or donate or you just randomly run into somebody, man, help the next person out, man. That'll be super dope of you. I think God will smile on you for that.
It
Yeah,
goes a
do
long
you?
way too, guys. Even if it's not money, I love how you just said that. Even if it's not money, just be kind to each other. If you have an opportunity to give from your pocket or give of your time, it goes a long way. And even though I know that I didn't have any like kumbaya stories to share, there are a lot of good things that come from this as well, where you do see a child that probably was destined to not have a successful future. If you can help that mom break that generational curse of being in poverty and that kid being able to go to college and then progress to get their MBA and then one day they're a CEO, like those are stories you can't trade. And that can come from being donating clothes or donating that you're not wearing anymore or just giving a few dollars out of your pocket to help change their course of life.
Yeah, I personally like Ronald McDonald House has personally helped and saved me. But we when I used to work for Target, they used to have United Way come, once a year, and I ain't gonna lie, I used to hate it because they used to always do it at the end of the shift. I'm sweaty, I'm tired, I'm ready to go home. Like just like we just said, I don't want to hear this sad story. I've been pissed off with these people I work with for 9 hours, and now you want me to hear this sad story or something like and like I've been there for a lengthy period of time, so I already knew it was coming every year. So they go through this spill, and then you get this little donation card where you can pay one lump sum, or you can pay weekly, or however you feel like it. And I just sat here, and I'm just thinking about this $1 billion company. Like, we can give this money, but why don't you just give them a job?
Mm.
Like in my mind, and it made me not want to give because if I keep giving, but you got Salvation Army, you got people from the Bilo, like you got other people, other countries. It's just like I might be in this situation. And they always say you might be in the situation, but if I'm giving to you, I might be in the situation. Like everybody's bills is different, so I just always seem like it to me. I always been like Target, just let them take out trash for $14 an hour. Let them get on that program for 8 months and show them money skills to get them out the situation, because like they say, it's better to teach somebody than give somebody. I know the United Way is doing their thing, but Target's a corporation. You're asking the people that work there to give these people money, which we complain about not getting enough money. So you're bringing these people in for us to give, but we're complaining to you about you not giving to us. So instead of that,
What you're opening up though goes all the way back to systemic problems in America. On face value, that sounds very easy to do, but when you think about what's required for people to get a job, everybody doesn't have access to it, and that's where the fail comes in. So I can't just put in a job application. I don't have an address.
Well, the United Way,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you, but all right. I don't want to group everybody together. Like some of them, United Way put them up in a house, or they got a house, and different corporations put in money to build this house. But some of those people really got skills. Like some of the people are battered women, or the house caught fire. So these people that have some type of skills, they just financially at this point.
You can't just give them the job. You can't just give them the job when you got to give them a car and a place to stay.
Like how are they gonna get there?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, if you don't got a job, you can have a car, not a job, and vice versa. But right now, the way the economy is going, there's more people with a car that don't have a job.
You don't have to feel guilty about not giving to anybody.
Oh, I didn't say I felt guilty. I done walked by Salvation Army ringing that bell many Christmases.
Yeah, I'm just saying for not necessarily to you, for like the people that may hear it. It's like you can only do so much. You one person, and you can't help anybody if you can't help yourself. That is why it's not always monetary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I'm thinking about the Target Corporation, a big $1 billion business. I'm talking about them giving
corporate. You want corporate capitalists America to be role models?
Okay, I'm telling you what I thought, what I'm thinking when I'm sitting in these meetings.
Your
I'm
thought
thinking,
isn't wrong. Your thought isn't wrong because I think a lot of people think that way. I think the biggest thing is the system is not set up for people to succeed, and it's
oh no.
clear as that sounds. I'm going to tell y'all a really quick story. But recently, I was trying to help my dad. My dad went through this issue where his driver's license expired, and then his birth certificate was destroyed in a flood. Now, you can't get a driver's license without a birth certificate. And you can't get a birth certificate without a driver's license. So something like, how do you solve that problem? It took us months to solve that problem. And my dad tried on his own. It was unsuccessful. I had to intervene and help get this problem solved. But when you think about like everything is so much harder than it should be. But that's because they make it that way.
A lot of times they want you to give up.
It's like they do. They want you to give up. They want you to not vote. They want you to shut up and sit down. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Again,
like
to the point of the comment, it says there are a lot of people trying to get a job too. There are a lot of places that are hiring. People not trying to get a job. So again, that goes back to, do we want to give more energy to the minority or the majority? Like, there are more of us doing well than not doing well. And I don't know that it's like that for every other culture without getting too, you know what I'm saying, getting too exact for people, getting too heavy for people. I got to start getting some money so I can get canceled. But in other communities and other demographics and other races, it's not always like that. So for the people that's trying not to, you're going to have scammers forever. You had scammers since the Bible days. You're going to have lazy people forever. But if we increase the majority, you feel me? I don't think it's my job to save anybody. But I also think it's my job to save everybody.
I say people that give effort. That's all I want. You give me effort. You cannot succeed and give effort. That's totally different thing. You got somebody sitting on the couch not looking for a job, they'll scream there's no jobs out there. Then you got people that get up every day and apply, and they can't get a job for whatever reason. That's different. That's what I said. That's different. I give effort. I'll help anybody that got effort.
Yeah, I don't give a dollar to every homeless person that I see. Some days I have cursed a bum out. You feel me? Just flat out, I kick your ass, sir. You feel me? Everybody don't deserve everything. You feel me? You help the people that you can help, that's in your scope of resources that you can help. But you should always try. And again, it's not always monetary. You feel me? We can't get stuck on it being like you taking something out of my pocket. Sometimes it's time. I am guilty of just sitting on my couch all day long. I didn't move. I went to the bathroom maybe twice. Otherwise, there's a blanket and a pillow over there, and I haven't done anything. Sometimes your time is way more valuable. You feel me?
Yeah, somebody wrote, Terry Jackson, yeah, in my inner circle and family, none of us suffered during COVID. There's always a way to make money. If you're trying, I will help. But if you're not trying, shoot, help yourself. But that's how I feel. Like, you know, people like, man, who's hiring? I'll look online. If I hear somebody hiring, I'll put that word out there. But that's why I say, if you're not giving no effort, I'm not about to waste my time trying to help you.
And there's so many
hear
people
about a job
for people.
There's so many.
The trucking industry is looking for people right now because they can't transport these products to people back and forth. The restaurant, hotel, retail, all that stuff is hiring right now. If you're looking for a skilled position, the job market is actually really hot. So there are tons of opportunity if you're looking for it.
So this is the flip side to that, right? So you got all these jobs available, right? Meaning at a certain point, somebody worked those jobs, right? So you would have to say somebody either quit or got fired, right? So the only thing that has not increased in 25 years are wages.
Well, wages start to increase.
You can
wages
be mad that nobody's working your job, and you can try to tell your customer base that we're trying to give you a great product, but we don't have the people to work. If you pay people, maybe they will work.
Well, they've been raising it because nobody's working.
Yeah,
they've
been
raising
the prices now.
Yeah, I think
it's kind of late. Like you got.
I mean, yeah,
how long? I think minimum wage is still $7.50, $7.25. How long has it been that way? And how long has bread been over $1, eggs been over $1, gas been over $2? Like, come on, man. Like, if you work a 40-hour job at churches, I'd quit too. And I would have took that $900 because I figured something out later.
Yeah.
I'm in here slaving because somebody just threw a piece of chicken back through the drive-through window. I'm straight.
They did a study on that. If you worked a job like you just mentioned full time, there's probably no city in the world where you could afford rent.
No.
So what's the benefit of doing it? You're absolutely right.
Well, and that's why people got these PPP loans. Some people really probably tried, and when it didn't work out after a week, they gave up early. Like, fuck it, I'll just take the money, thinking they're not going to have to pay it back. But the government is going to win. Why do people think they can beat the IRS? You cannot. It's been proven. Everybody's favorite heroes, idols, real people in life. These famous rich people have. The IRS has found them.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah, a bunch of people.
Yeah, a bunch of people. So what makes you think the government is actually going to give? They've been giving out these stimulus packages, and they're going to give you out this PPP loan, and you think you just going to ball out and put it on YouTube, and they not going to find you, and then you're going to scream for help. Come on now.
Crazy, twisted world, and
she right. Post that.
Some people don't think that people are kind of losing their grip on reality, because that's why I go back to the internet is the problem. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much for some people. Everybody is not at a maturity level, that you need to access the internet. You feel me? To have that as a tool, that shit is above way too many people's heads. You feel me? I don't know, man. It's been a good conversation. We got really real. I kind of appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I hope that the people that are watching or will watch enjoyed the conversation as well. And you got a final thought, Crystal? Oh, no, hold on. I'm sorry. Because I meant to get to it a minute ago. It kind of escaped me. You're an avid fan of the Olympics. Just all of the Olympics? Like you watch crazy, you watch like fencing and the hammer throw and all that shit?
No, okay. I don't. So I love track and field. Yeah, okay. If you guys remember from high school, I love track and field. I've been watching gymnastics, trying to see what my girl Simone was going to do. I've been waiting to see if she was going to show up for us. And then I like swimming. Like, I don't know. I love it. Like, I've been really into the swimming competition.
That's what's up.
And I don't swim like that myself, but I love to watch it.
As long as you can swim. That's the most important thing.
I can swim.
So what do you think about the fake fans? This whole Sha'Carri Richardson, Simone Biles, the fake fans is what really get me. Like, that's like the biggest slap in the face.
You going into a whole nother conversation.
Like, you don't like us that much, but you need us to represent you.
That's the only time they need us.
That's the only
basketball, football. We could dance real good on TikTok. How did dancing on TikTok become the number 3 thing in the world that you could do as a black person?
Shit, it don't take much energy. You give a solid 2.5 minutes. It don't matter how much weed you smoke, how much liquor you drink. You got 2.5 minutes.
Miss Terry is active, man, and she asked a question. I'm gonna let this ride. I'm gonna let you go first, Crystal.
So I'm sorry. You want me to tell you what?
What do you think? No, I'm sorry. It's a comment at the bottom. It said, "What do you think will happen if we have another shutdown?"
So I'm going to be honest. A stupid American. I don't think that we are going to have another shutdown. I think that because we have lived through the pandemic so far, that we will wear these masks and hazmat suits so people can go and get this money. Because people are over being trapped in their house. People already don't want to wear masks. How dare we try to get people to stay in their house any longer than they already have? So I think we're going to have to power through it and get our third and fourth and fifth booster shot and just keep it moving.
Well, what I think is going to be a problem is the renter's loan ran out this month or last month.
They redid it.
They redid it?
Yeah, they announced it today.
The moratorium.
See, I ain't even get to it today. I'm glad y'all told me, but because that was going to be a serious problem because that goes into selfishness. I'm about to lose my house, family time, mentally. Thanksgiving's coming, Halloween's coming, like all that stuff is what makes people not.
All I'm gonna say is
think balance in life,
only
mental health,
only in America. Cause look how long it took us to go in the house the first time.
I said this shit
hey man, it's not cool out here. Y'all gotta chill out. And people were still out. So now they finally went in. It took them 10 months out of the last 18 to go in. You feel me? Then you let them out. You are not getting them back in. You're not getting them back. You're not going to get most people back in to the house. You feel me?
Jurassic Park.
Y'all remember like when, again, and I hate to keep extending this, but y'all remember when like Italy was dominating the news? Do y'all also remember like 2 weeks later, you never heard nothing else about Italy?
Yeah. They're shut down though.
They fine now. No, they stayed shut down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shut down for over a year.
No, yeah.
For over a year.
My company I work for, we get stuff from Italy. Yeah, we didn't get nothing from them.
Bruh.
Because they took it seriously.
Well, that's just like Germany. Like we have spurts in Germany that who I work for. They'll shut down the airport with no notice. We're wondering why some of our stuff's not getting through customs, and couldn't find out they done shut down the airport. America, our airport, the tickets are going through the roof.
Oh, they are out there because look.
So they got them buy one, get one free flight. So, people are trying to go on vacation.
Did y'all see the verses last night? If you didn't.
Oh, I was watching it today.
I didn't watch it.
It was 2 hours of awesomeness. I normally play things down because it was awesome. You know what I'm saying? However, I think Corona was up and through there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Did you see the bathroom?
It was Madison Square Garden. I think J.D. Kiss is the only one that didn't get the Coronas because he was spitting hot fire.
I was going to say, he was spitting hot fire. He had the Last Dragon glow. He was rapping.
Right.
So
he is not going to be the one that comes out with the Delta variant cryptochronic like
he might be the cure. If you spit hot fire, you winning. Jada had his swag was on prolific. Krista,
I think Larry Fishburne called him. Larry Fishburne was like, "You are the one.
You are the one."
He's like, "I'm gonna do that shit then."
He did, bruh. He did when he spit that freestyle on Who Shot You. Yeah. He messed up twice in that freestyle, but he saved himself. It's real small. It's real small. But
as far as I'm concerned, that was awesome black person thing of the week.
Well, that was one good thing about Corona. It brought us verses, and verses is verses is cemented into history now.
Especially now that they can do the quality. Now they're not like at home trying to like get 50-year-old people to get online and stream live.
Well,
oh my God,
that's what.
Did y'all have on the Timbs and stuff last night?
Oh, Jada had Timbs on. Dipset looked like they was dressed. Oh, you talking about us? Oh, Dipset was dressed back in 06.
I did tie a bandana around my head for like until I got in the shower.
Man, 50 said something. 50 Cent said something last week. He was like, a couple weeks ago, he said he wouldn't do the verses because we're outside now. And look what happened. Bam! Shit going crazy again.
I don't know. Whoever's next, they got a hard act to follow. Like they're gonna have to go a long way.
Well, they'll find it because they said the same thing about. It's about two.
It's
It's,
only
2
YouTube,
hours
man.
long, but it's worth it.
If you from that era, so again,
I told y'all what I was doing. I was watching the Olympics.
Oh, my bad. I can tell by your vernacular you wasn't really.
Don't take my card. Don't take my card. I would have.
You wasn't with the camera shit. You wasn't with the.
I was gonna take your card from the beginning because you pronounce every syllable on this show.
Man, look,
don't
we out
take my
here,
card.
man.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you in that game, man.
I tell you, you need some Hennessy and some ramen noodles. You be all right.
For real. C. Nils, talking to the people that watch the show. Is there anything that you want to say in closing? Any opinions? Anything?
So I just want to say thank you for inviting me to join the show. I had a really good time, and I was very nervous that you guys are going to grill me, and I'm glad you didn't. So thanks for having me.
Nah, that's not what it's about. You're talking to people at the bar. You're not talking.
You remember, you started this
people.
by saying that we've known each other for a really long time. I know y'all.
Well, there's another show for that. How about that? Carolina, what you got for the people, man?
RESPCT.
Hey, look, that's pretty dope. I'm just going. I don't even have no thought after that. Sometimes it's just simple. Hey, man, look, this has been the Wednesday, the happy hour, the Humpday Happy Hour podcast, brought to you by Bottom of the Bottle. C. Nils, thank you so much for showing up and just being the light that you are, man. I'm going to Cabo. I'm just going to keep looking at your picture because that's as much as I can do. You see the thing scrolling at the bottom. Search us on YouTube. You see us on Facebook. Like, share, subscribe. Tell somebody if you don't like it. Tell me that too. We'll get back at you. It's been a wonderful show, man. Y'all have a good night.